In this video, I'm going to show you step-by-step instructions on how to replace the front display on the Samsung Note 20 Ultra. I've already had this on the heat mat facing up for the last 10 minutes, but I've noticed that this back cover is hanging off. I don't know what's gone on with this phone before. If you've never removed the back cover before, then you're going to use a suction cup, stick it to the bottom, get it really nice and hot, and then you just lift very slowly from the bottom. Annoyingly, I can't demonstrate this well on this video, but I will include a link to another Samsung back cover that we've removed using the proper technique. But for our sake, this one's already been off before. It's got hardly any adhesive on. I don't know what's happened to it. Let's carry on with the repair. Start by putting this to one side, storing it safely for later. I'm going to put a little bit of protective tape over these cameras just whilst I'm working on around the area. This isn't sellotape, it's very low tack tape, so it won't affect the cameras or leave any residue. And then I'm going to use my sonic screwdriver to remove all the screws holding down the camera and the shields on the logic board. Whilst I'm doing this, I will tell you about my sonic screwdriver that I'm using because it's really useful for these Samsung phones. Although I don't use it when I'm repairing iPhones, I find that for these bigger crosshead screws that all Samsungs and Android phones tend to have, it is super useful. It comes with loads of different bits for it, and they're relatively inexpensive and very easy to use. I'll stick a link in the description or a comment of the video just below. There's quite a lot of screws to remove on this one. They are, however, all the same size, so you don't have to worry too much about sort of keeping them organized. Just make sure that you don't lose them. And just before I do these last screws, we'll just make a little note of how badly I tried to sell you that screwdriver then, because that was absolutely shocking behaviour from me. I do apologise. Just pull the tape back to get that last one there. And then I think there was one that didn't come out with the magnet just there. Just grab it with the tweezers and try not ping it into the stratosphere. There we go. There's two sort of shields here. One of them's the metal one just here, and then there's a plastic one up the top. First we need to remove the metal one. It's held down. There are a couple of connectors holding it in place as well, so make sure that you disconnect them first, so that one and that one, and then we can get some tweezers and very carefully get underneath this shield to sort of lift it back and fold it back like this, and then it's stuck to the pen holder a little bit, so you can fold it back and just leave it loose like that. Next we need to isolate power from the device, so use the spudger to disconnect the battery connector, and then we can disconnect all these flex cables just here that connect to the main board. Always use a plastic tool to do this because metal tools can cause damage that's difficult to repair. So finally, there's just this rear sensor flex cable to disconnect just there, which will allow us to remove this plastic shield that holds down the rest of the logic board. Store that safely for reinstallation later. You can also take this point to just give it a little dusting off on the ear speaker because it's always mucky on that bit. You should do this first, and I always forget it, but you need to pop out the SIM tray from the top of the phone there. And now we can remove the rest of the logic board, including the cameras. Just be careful when you're handling this because it is very fragile. But once you've got it lifted up a little bit, then you can get the plastic tool underneath. Don't forget to disconnect the front camera. So now that that's removed, we'll store that safely for later. We'll pop that bit of tape back over the cameras and then carry on with the rest of the repair. Now we need to remove the front camera. The easiest way to do, I think it's been taken out before, look. Normally you have to cut out the bit of glue around it. That's definitely been removed before, or this one's a recon device or something. Normally you cut this out with the blade, going down either side, being careful of the flex cable, and then it pops out easy. We'll fold that wireless charging coil back over like that, and then we will remove all these screws holding down this plastic shield just here. With all these screws removed, we can just make sure that they're out of the way. They are the same size as those top screws that we removed. Pop them out of there, and then we're going to pry up on this top point here. See how there's a little arrow? That's the bit what we're going to lift up. And we're just going to pop this loudspeaker and plastic cover out of the housing. It should be pretty easy to pop out, although this is the most challenging bit on this one. We'll lift that out and get it out of the way, and then I'll leave all these cables connected. To be honest, we don't need to remove them, but we do need to take out these 3 black crosshead screws that hold down the charging port and the subboard. So lift out from underneath the charging port, sorry, the daughter board, and then same again just here. You need to be careful with this because it's its own little flex cable. So get underneath it and just very carefully lift it out. Don't pull too hard on it because it can be awkward. But with that removed, that's the bottom section done. All that remains is the battery to remove. And the easiest way to do these, it's going to go one of two ways with this repair. It's either going to be really hard to get out or really easy. Use a suction cup, stick it down to it, and you're going to very slowly, but with quite a lot of force, lift upwards. Add some isopropyl alcohol just to soften up the adhesive. It's probably better done before you remove the logic board and bottom board, just so it's got time to soak in if you're in a rush. But let it soak for 5 minutes, and then very carefully lift up. The suction cup's doing its thing. Magic. That one's removed now. We'll have a look at the service pack part that I've got because I'm not sure if it includes the vibration motor or not. So let's get it opened up. As you come to know, you wouldn't expect anything less. We've got the Note 985F genuine Samsung sealed service pack. Get it opened up, remove from packaging, and let's have a look at where we're at with this one. No vibration motor, so we need to transfer that. Front camera, no. You can get them with and without front camera, same with battery. But anyway, popping out the vibration motor is really easy. Go in this bottom corner here, get some tweezers in it, get it moving, and it will pop out. So it's only stuck down with a bit of double-sided. Really, you can reuse that double-sided as well. It works. Stick it down, put a bit of pressure on it, and it's definitely reusable. Unless you want to pay about £1.50 for another sticker for it, or use some test tape. Just one last thing, this didn't have a pen in it. So, carrying on with the repair, I'm going to be in a rush now because my lunch has just arrived here. We need to remove all of the adhesive that's left behind on the back of this battery. Because it's got some alcohol on it, you're better off waiting for that alcohol to sort of evaporate and then rub it off because it's awkward. So, come back in a minute and this will be all clean. Just use your thumb. So now that that battery's cleaned off, you might be left with some little wrinkles in it. Just push them down with your thumb. Don't push too hard. Use a flat object like a plastic pick and you can just get those wrinkles out of it. If you want to, you can replace it, but that will not affect it. Surprisingly, all the adhesives and parts were available for this repair. So I've got a genuine battery sticker for this one, which I'm just going to stick on the back of the battery like that. That goes on there. Rub it in. Make sure it's stuck nice and good and proper, and then peel off, leaving the sticker behind, allowing us to install it just like that. Now I'm going to peel off any films on the top here, then we'll move down to the bottom where I'm going to start off. You know what I'm going to do first? You see that charging port? This is a good point to give it a good washing off inside it. If you want to use some alcohol in there, you can do that, but just with it being so open and exposed, it's really easy to give it a clean. So pop the charging port in first, followed by the daughter board, apply a little bit of pressure, and then install the 3 black screws that hold down that daughter board and charging port. So now let's move up to the top of the phone where we're going to reinstall the logic board. When you're doing this, make sure that all the little flex cables are out of the way, battery, everything. So that drops in like that. I always go like bottom to top, and then there is a little flex cable hiding there, look. Let's get that out of the way, and then we'll start just reconnecting everything that we can. Starting off with that flex cable, I think that's for the display. This one is for the display as well. Then we've got the charging port connector and subboard connector. There's a little antenna connector over this side. Leave the battery one until last. So this one goes in here. Finally, the camera that we forgot to remove. These things happen, and it's why it's important to make sure that everything is removed before you're taking stuff apart, and everything is reinstalled when we're putting things back together. So now we're going to reconnect the battery just down here, and we can install this top shield just here and reconnect this little connector. Now that that's connected, I'm just going to shift my bit of tape around a bit, and then we can get that wireless charging coil back. Reconnect everything here, push down on that one, push down on this one, go to the subboard and push down on this guy. Make sure that it's plugged in right. I'm not sure if that's in. There we go. Right, and now we're going to start with all those screws, re-securing them. I'll probably speed through this after I've given you my instruction. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you have any go at this repair yourself, leave me a comment to let me know how you get on with it. If there's any pinch points, what you think you get stuck on, the only thing that I would say is the back cover is a bit trickier to get off than I made it look. But otherwise, this is a fairly simple job. In terms of the screen, like I said at the beginning, it's a genuine Samsung service pack part, and I will give you instructions on how to buy that one in the description below. If you use genuine adhesives as well, it makes for a much better repair, and it just gives you the confidence that you need to know that you're doing it as the same as the manufacturer does it. Make sure that everything's screwed down properly, and then we're going to get the new adhesive seal that we're going to just stick on the back here. The cool thing about these adhesive packs is they come with the screws as well, so if you need them, they are there. So just go ahead and remove the backing sheet, secure it down the left hand edge. If you line it up with the screw holes, then you're not going to be far off right where it should land, and just make sure that it sits real nice on the edges. Because it's curved on this back, it can be a bit awkward because the sheet wants to sit flat. Once you've got a little bit peeled off, then you can peel off the rest of the green sheet. At this point, take a look at your old back cover and make sure that you've got all the adhesive off there. I forgot to do that before sticking the new seal down, but we will get this. These peel off pretty easy. It's easy if you do it when they're still warm when you're removing it. Once this cleaned up, it is best to use the dust blower just in case you've got any dust on there or on the camera lenses, and we can stick it straight down just like that. Make sure that it's stuck good and secure it all around the edges. And at this point, it's a good time to turn the device on. You should get some image. If you don't, go back a few steps and take a look at what could have gone wrong. But this is repair now complete. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.